The average NFL player goes into a game hoping to win. Clearly, this isn't a break from the norm. However, some players look forward to more than just winning. They go all out for revenge. From quarterback Geno Smith's revenge against the New York Jets to running back Saquon Barkley's revenge against the New York Giants, these are the best revenge moments in 2024. This first moment could have been avoided if someone had done their job properly. And for this one, we take a trip to the 2024 offseason. Philadelphia Eagles running back Saquon Barkley probably never planned to play for the Eagles. However, he really had no choice, as the New York Giants unceremoniously dropped him due to constraints in their budget. Before putting pen to paper for the Eagles, Barkley was a star running back for the Giants and was approaching free agency. He could have been easily re-signed, but he had struggled with a couple of injuries, and the Giants were perhaps unsure he could live up to expectations. At this point, they decided to test his value by allowing him to hit the market. Of course, they thought they were being smart. Unfortunately, they were making a big mistake. Well, they didn't know this and would have to wait till week 7 of the 2024 NFL season to find out. As soon as the running back became available, the Eagles wasted no time in swooping him off the market. It's interesting how Barkley was in the open market for just a couple of hours. However, more interesting is the fact that he was signed by the Giants' division rivals. It gets more interesting. The entire incident leading to the exit of the running back from the Giants wasn't a secret. His former employers were basically looking to test the market as a way of finding out what his value really was. This was perhaps going to affect their decision to finally keep him or let him go. Well, Barkley turned out to be a lot more valuable than the Giants assumed, and he made them regret the decision to let him go. As a matter of fact, he didn't wait long to do this.
And Barkley turns the corner, and there he goes!
It all happened when the Eagles clashed with the Giants in week 7. Although the Eagles did a great job of suffocating the Giants' attack, Barkley was absolutely unstoppable. He finished the game with 173 rushing yards and could have even broken his own single-game record. However, for some reason, it appears he decided to show his former team some mercy. The running back was 13 yards from a career-high rushing yards. Barkley did get his revenge against the Giants, and easily too. But that wasn't all he did. He went on to finish the season with 2,000 rushing yards. He won the Offensive Player of the Year and the Super Bowl. That's not all. He set a record for the most rushing yards in one season. Of course, this included the playoffs. Barkley didn't wait a long time before getting his revenge, but this next moment is a perfect example of revenge is a dish best served cold. Back in 2013, Seattle Seahawks quarterback Geno Smith was drafted by the New York Jets on draft night 2 and was with the franchise for a couple of seasons. Of course, he will always be grateful for the opportunity to play in the NFL. Nonetheless, playing for the Jets wasn't a smooth ride for him, and he didn't even need to wait until his first game for this franchise to feel the dislike. Right from the moment he was selected, he knew he was walking into a hostile environment. He clearly wasn't loved by the fans, and they didn't hide it. For some reason, we might want to overlook the hate from the fans, but Smith definitely didn't have much going for him as a rookie. Although he was able to throw for 3,000 yards and showed some promise, it was a little obvious that he wouldn't be able to do much with the Jets because of his 21 interceptions. As much as fans of the Jets didn't really like him, they were hoping he would become a trusted quarterback for the franchise. He put in a lot of effort. Sadly, his performance was very inconsistent, and the fans were not having it. They wanted something fresh. He tried to live up to expectations, but things just didn't go according to plan. With time, the relationship between Smith and the Jets got really bad, and by 2016, it was clear he wouldn't remain with the franchise for much longer. In 2018, he put pen to paper with the New York Giants. He was with them for a season. Sadly, he was unable to find his rhythm. The next season, he signed with the Los Angeles Chargers. This was supposed to be a new beginning. Unfortunately, his struggles really just continued. He was with the Chargers for a season before he joined the Seattle Seahawks. Signing with the Seahawks seemed like a continuation of his woes, but it turned out to be a breakthrough. In 2020, he had a rebirth with the Seahawks. Although he played second fiddle to quarterback Russell Wilson for 2 seasons, in 2022, he became the starting quarterback for the Seahawks. He finally settled in, and what followed next was a series of revenge.
It's a play action fake. Smith wheels it, finds his tight end, and A.J. Barner is in.
Since he was fresh from playing for the Chargers, his first revenge was against them. Although they didn't treat him as badly as the Jets, he didn't quite settle with them, and his revenge came in Week 7 of the 2022 NFL season. He scored 2 touchdowns and an interception. Of course, that was good, but he was just getting started. The next week, he faced the Giants and scored 2 touchdowns. Although both teams got a taste of what it felt like to play against a rejuvenated Smith, he hadn't even decided to take his revenge yet. In Week 13 of the 2024 season, Smith and the Seahawks took a trip to New York, and in front of the Jets fans that didn't think he was good enough to be in the NFL, he led the Seahawks to victory. This game ended 26-21, but it wasn't an easy ride. Before the Seahawks went on to win this game, they actually were losing by 2 touchdowns. But with time, they found their rhythm, and Smith played a major role in this. He completed 20 of 31 passes and a touchdown. Not every revenge moment involves a player playing against a former team or making them regret their actions. Sometimes, revenge moments are close to fistfights, and that was exactly what happened in this next moment. In a Week 13 game between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars, Texans linebacker Azeez Al-Shaair violated the NFL's player safety rules and delivered a hit to Jaguars quarterback Trevor Lawrence.
Oh my, that'll be Al-Shaair who's flagged for the big hit on the slide, and that's going to start.
His actions got him suspended for 3 games by the league. Beyond his suspension for 3 games, he was ejected in the second quarter. For some reason, it might appear that Al-Shaair's ejection and eventual suspension were ideal punishments for his recklessness. Interestingly, they were not the only punishments he had to deal with. The Jaguars got their pound of flesh almost immediately after he hit their teammate. Al-Shaair was believed to have ample time and space to avoid hitting the neck and head areas of his opponent, but for some reason, he chose to be careless. His actions made his opponent and victim clench his fists in a position that is strongly linked to a traumatic brain injury. Trevor Lawrence's teammates weren't having any of it. They understood the gravity of Al-Shaair's actions and didn't wait for the linebacker to be ejected before attacking him. They pounced on the linebacker, escalating the situation into a brawl. At the end, Al-Shaair wasn't the only player that got ejected. Jaguars cornerback Jarrian Jones also got ejected for his role in the brawl. These moments are some of the most notable revenge moments from the 2024 NFL season. There are a lot more revenge moments, but these are as much as we can take in this video. If you had a blast watching this, smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay updated on our latest crazy content. Drop a comment below and let us know which moment blew your mind the most. Catch you on the next one.